Yo, what's going on, people? Salute. It's your boy Jay Jordan back again for another Liberty watch along. What's going on, people? Damn, Janelle, I see you first. You're always putting you during the chat early. Salute to everybody tuned in. We have another late stream. The Liberty are on the road. This is their first of 3 games on the road this week. They're taking on the Phoenix Mercury in Phoenix, Arizona. Game is at the Footprint Center, home of the Phoenix Mercury and the Phoenix Suns of the NBA. Hey, Mom, what's going on? So, Liberty are 1-1 with the Phoenix Mercury this season. They won the game 81-78 back in May 29th, and then they lost on June 18th to the Mercury 99-93. So this is the third and final game of the season series for these teams. So we'll see what the outcome is. As always, let's touch on the starters. So for the Liberty, we have Courtney Vandersloot, Sabrina Ionescu in her second game back after the neck injury. Leonie Febich, Brianna Stewart, and Jonquel Jones. Their bench, Marquisha Davis, Kennedy Burke, Ivana Dojic, Jalen Sherrod, Niara Sabally, and a name we haven't seen in a while, but Nigel Hamilton. She is back. They said she's available / probable for this game, so she's not technically on the injury report. So it was good to be back. She's been ramping up after her minor knee surgery she had prior to the Olympic break. So hopefully we can see some minutes from her and see how she can adjust getting back into game rhythm, game shape. She hasn't played in almost a little over a month. So it's going to take a while for her to get back into actual game shape, but I'd rather it be now than in the playoffs. For the Phoenix Mercury, this is their starting lineup: Natasha Cloud, Diana Taurasi, Kalia Copper, Sophie Cunningham, and Brittany Griner. Their bench, Monique Billings, who just signed the rest of a season contract with the Phoenix Mercury, of Natasha Mack, Micaiah Herbert-Harrigan, and Celeste Taylor. Their injury report: Charisma Osborne is out with a lower leg injury. Rebecca Allen, who usually starts for them, is out with hamstring injury that she suffered in the ramp up to the Paris 2024 Olympics. So they're monitoring her progress. We'll see if she comes back this season. The Liberty, number 1 seed, 25-5. They're at the 30-game mark. That means we got 10 games, including tonight, till the 40-game mark, which is the end of the season. The Mercury are 16-14. They're at the 20-game mark. The 30-game mark, as well. 10 games, including tonight, to the finish line of the season. They're the 6th seed. The game starts in about 6 minutes at 10 p.m. Eastern. If you're in the New York, New Jersey, probably lower Connecticut area, thanks, Mom. I definitely forgot to add Kayla Thornton back to the bench lineup because she was in my starters for the past couple games, and I forgot to add her back to the bench. So good catch there. Appreciate that. So there's KT. So Kayla Thornton's there as well. So dang, I lost my train of thought. So I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Well, we'll scrap it. We'll come back to it. There are a couple games that one game, that took place earlier today. I was just watching it before I came on stream. It was the Indiana Fever on the road against the Atlanta Dream. The Fever ended up winning that game 84-79. Kelsey Mitchell doing her thing as always. Kelsey had 29 points in this game. Tina Charles, the Liberty legend, the University of Connecticut player, second all-time in the WNBA in scoring. She had 28 points tonight to go along with about 8 rebounds. But the Fever ended up getting the win They're leading that season series 3-0. You and me, salute, salute. You and me says I'm implementing new rules. No interviews before and during games. Get rid of the circus sideshows during breaks in the game. Oh, and raise the hoop 2 feet in the NBA. I'm gonna put this comment up. This is a suggestion here. Let me see if I agree with anything here. Circus sideshows I agree with. Interviews before and during games. A little on the fence there. And raise the hoop 2 feet. Nah. I So you got me on 1.5 out of 3. 1.5 out of 3 on that one. But the Fever did win. They moved to 14-16. The Atlanta Dream moved to 10-19. The Dream, they're trying to fight to get to that 8th seed. This would have been a big win for them with Chicago losing yesterday, but unfortunately it didn't pan out that way. So let me see if my standings page has refreshed. Indiana, let me refresh it, see if we got the updated standings here. All right, cool. So the standings have updated. So Indiana is now 14-16. Atlanta is 10-19. So they move a full game back behind the Chicago Sky for that 8th and final playoff spot. They still have 11 games to go. Chicago has 12 games to go. They also have 11 games to go as well. The Fever, they're only 2 games back of the Phoenix Mercury. So if the Phoenix Mercury lose tonight, that'll probably drop to about 10 games. So we'll see. The Fever could potentially move up to 6th seed if they keep winning and Phoenix starts to falter. So we'll see how those standings play out as we get towards the end of the season and towards playoff time. You and me says, by the way, I dislike Phoenix. Hope will Liberty win big time. I hope so too. Liberty coming off of a loss in their last game to the Connecticut Sun. Besides like the first 8 minutes of the game, the Liberty were behind the 8 ball. Slow on defensive rotations, turning the ball over, could not hit a 3. Nobody could hit 3s. Literally, it was only Leonie Fibich who was hitting 3s. Sabrina kept chucking them up in her first game back, and it didn't pan out the way it should have. So Liberty trying to get back into the win column. The Connecticut Sun are only 2.5 games behind them for that 1st seed. So Liberty need to avenge that loss. They are 4-1 in their last 5 games. The Mercury are 3-2 in their last 5 games. Their last game was on August 23rd against the Atlanta Dream. They won 82-80. So they're looking to continue to solidify their playoff standings. As of now, only 3 teams have clinched a playoff spot. The top 3 seeds, New York, Connecticut, and Minnesota. So all the other teams are fighting to clinch and to solidify their playoff positioning. All right, this game is on NBA TV. If you're not in the local area, I'm watching it on Fox 5 because it's blacked. NBA TV is blacked out since the game is being shown on the local New York station. So I'm watching it on Fox 5. You should be able to watch it on League Pass as well if you're not in the New York or Phoenix areas. But I hope you stay on for the play-by-play for the watch-along. At least have it in the background. Make sure you leave a like on the video. It really helps the algorithms, helps the channel tremendously. I appreciate all the support I've received over this season and even last season when I first started this channel. And we're going to keep going as long as the W is around. Right, broadcast is starting here on Fox 5. Broadcast is starting on Fox 5. Beulah, long time no see. Hope all is well. Salute, salute. Hope you are doing well. All right, so it's Michael Grady here on the call. I wonder who the color commentator is. We'll see once they show them on camera. Okay, they're just showing the standings on the screen right now. Liberty, as I have here, 25-5. Mercury 16-14. Oh, so it is Roz. So Roz is here with Michael Grady. They've been the dynamic duo the past couple games. I saw them from a distance at the game on Saturday. Whoa. I'm watching on Fox 5. It looks like the video is behind the audio. That's a little weird. They're showing Sabrina's stats from last game: 12 points, 3 of 13, 2 of 12 from 3. We'll see how they adjust here. Hopefully, she was coming off those 2 games with a neck injury. So we shall see. Interesting note, in February 2023, that's when the Liberty and Mercury did the trade and acquired the rights to Leonie Fibich. They traded Michaela Onyenwere over to Phoenix, who's now with the Chicago Sky. The Liberty also got a 2025 first round pick swap, so the further we could push the Phoenix Mercury down the charts, the better the draft pick will be for the Liberty. Liz, what's going on? Salute, salute, salute. What's going on? All right, starters are on your screens. If you're just joining, Benijah Laney Hamilton is available for tonight's game. We'll see how many minutes she will get. But Benijah Laney Hamilton is available. So we shall see. So of course it's going to be Brittany Griner versus Jonquel Jones for the jump ball. What? BG cut her hair? Oh, she braided her hair. She don't got BG doesn't have the afro anymore. It's braided. Ball is up, and BG tips it right to her Olympic teammate in Brianna Stewart. And we are off, people. We are off. Sabrina with the ball over to Jonquel, over to Vandersloot. Vandersloot, lazy pass. Kalia Copper tips it right out of bounds. Liberty are in their white jerseys tonight. With the Liberty across the front. The Phoenix Mercury are in their black jerseys with the sunset patterns on it. Ball in play. Jonquel over to Vandersloot. Finds Stewie on the cut. Stewie goes up, misses, tips it up, misses again, goes up again. Third time's not a charm. So Stewie misses all 3 at the basket. BG affected it there. And Griner up the court over to Cloud. Cloud guarded by Leonie Fibich. Nakasha Cloud goes to her right, looks for a BG. Leo gets a hand on it. They get it down to BG at the foul line. BG looking with 3 seconds. One leg fall away, and it's good. And the Phoenix Mercury are on the board here. 2-0. Vandersloot with the ball over to Stewie. Stewie over to Leo. Leo back to Vandersloot. Vandersloot left hand dribbling to the paint. Right hand layup. Oh, she misses the layup. She saw Brittany Griner on the rotation, scooped it up a little quick, and it just hits off the back of the rim. Got to finish these easy baskets here. Sophie Cunningham over to Kalia Copper. Man, she got the long hair. She pulls up for a 3 and misses. She got the hair flowing behind her. Vandersloot on the run over to Stewie. Can Stewie hit one for 3? And Stewie avenges those 3 misses that she had in the first possession. Hits the 3. Liberty take the lead 3-2. Beat Diana over to Cloud, over to BG, over to Sophie Cunningham. They got Sabrina guarding Sophie. That's an adjustment. They saw how Natasha Cloud likes to pick on Sabrina. Kalia into the paint, drops it off to BG. Pump fakes from the baseline, shoots the midi, misses. And Sloot with the rebound. Sloot brings it up the court, over to Leo. Leo down to Jonquel. Jonquel doesn't seal Kalia. Kalia jumps right in and steals it. Over to Cunningham. Cunningham over to BG. Griner, hand off to Tarasi, coming off the screen. She gets Sabrina on her hip, pulls up for foul line, jump shot, misses. Rebound to Leo. James, salute. What's going on, James? Vandersloot over to Stewie. Stewie, they bring the double over. Somebody should be open. Over to Leo. Over to Stewie, top of the key. Sloot, corner for 3, and she buries the 3. So the Liberty are 2 for 2 from 3 compared to last game when they were struggling. and they have a 6-2 lead. Cloud over to Cunningham. Top of the key, right side to Kalia, guarded by Stewie. Over to Cunningham. Corner, she pump fakes, drives on on Sabrina, goes up, pump fake, and misses the layup. Rebound to JJ. Over to Sabrina, left side of the floor. Liberty up 6-2. Gets the screen from John Quell. John Quell for three. Off the back rim. Leo jumping for the rebound. And the rebound goes off of Stewie. It stays with the Phoenix Mercury. Anybody watching on Fox 5 here in New York, let me know if the audio is in front of the video. It's sort of throwing me off here. But we gonna make it work. On the broadcast, that is. On the live broadcast. Diana Taurasi with the ball. Goes to her left, looking for Cloud. Cloud, top of the key, finds BG. John Quell gets a hand on it, tips it out of bounds. Great defense. The rotations are a lot more crisp so far by the Liberty. It'll stay Phoenix ball, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Ball in to Griner, gets it to Cloud. Cloud tries to post up on Vandersloot, goes up, misses, gets her own rebound. Over to Cunningham, you can't leave her open for three. She misses, and John Quell with the rebound. Yeah, James, I was watching that game before the broadcast. Lazy pass by John Quell and Sabrina, and Cunningham goes to the basket and scores. So Liberty with the turnover. They like doing that little drop pass behind the back, and you got to be aggressive. If you're going to get the ball, go get the ball. You can't let it bounce in front of Sophie Cunningham. Leo over to Sabrina. Sabrina rejects the screen, guarded by Kalia. Sabrina picks up her dribble, tries to fire on a pass, and is on back-to-back turnovers here by the Liberty. Kalia Copper pump fakes at the foul line, out to Diana, over to BG. Over to Cloud. Cloud over to Kalia. Kalia left wing three, misses, and John Quell with the rebound. So it's 6-4 New York. New York cannot continue to pile up turnovers. John Quell for three, buries it. John Quell knocks down the top of the key three, assist to Brianna Stewart, and all 9 points have come from the three-point line for the Liberty. So it's funny how the tables have turned. They couldn't buy a three on Saturday. They've hit 3 threes so far in this quarter. Sabrina up the court, finds John Quell. John Quell fumbles the ball off her knee, and it goes out of bounds. So that's 3 turnovers here by the Liberty. You gotta clean these turnovers up. It's simple stuff. Unforced errors. 9-4 New York. Right side, Kalia with the ball. Over to Diana. Diana guarded by Stewie. They switch. Taurasi for three, and she misses. Ball bounces. Griner saves it. Over to Taurasi. Down the gets the ball, gets deflected. Steal by John Quell. Bounce pass to Stewie. Stewie tries to fire it in to Leo, and it goes out of bounds. New York silly passes here. Luckily, it doesn't go against them, but we have a timeout now. Liberty up 9-4. Sorry, I have the wrong score up here. I'm adding scores to the wrong team. It's 9-4, y'all. RC, my guy, what's going on, bro? What is going on? Yeah, Fox 5 need to fix their broadcast. The audio is way ahead of the video. I hope that's not what's going out on NBA TV. It's probably the Phoenix broadcast that's going out on NBA TV. I'm about to send out a tweet to Fox 5. Let me get my... Asia, give her the damn ball, Wilson. Yeah, that was a good game, man. That was a good game. I did the watch along for that game. Really enjoyed that one as a neutral fan. As a neutral, it was really, really entertaining. Kennedy Carter, terrible three-point shooter, hits 2 threes to get the game tied, to bring them close and get the game tied, and then a beautifully constructed play by Becky Hammond to get have Kelsey Plum comes to the back screen on Angel Reese, frees up Asia Wilson going right to the basket. Man said, and then Asia with the straight face afterwards. RC said, "Jay, I broke my hat to the right." She had me gangbanging in your living room. That's funny as hell. Let me see. Fox 5NY. Is that the account? Fix your liberty. Broadcast. Audio is way ahead of the video. All right, so broadcast is restarting. Broadcast is restarting. So, it's West Indian night at Barclays on September 5th. So, I wonder what they're going to give out this time. What performers they're going to have this time. All right, so if you're just joining, Liberty, after struggling from 3 on Saturday, the only points they've scored are threes. The Mercury, they're 2 for 10 from the field, 2 turnovers, 0 for 4 from 3. RC said this is a late game by any standards. Yeah, it's pretty late. A 7 o'clock start on the West Coast though, so that's about average. I forgot to mention there is another game going on right now. Have it at the bottom of the screen. Washington versus Seattle. I have to see if Gabby Williams is actually playing in this game. Sabrina for 3 off the front rim. John Quell fighting for the rebound, but Natasha Cloud has it. So Liberty missed their first 3 of the game. 9-4 here. Natasha Mack is in the game for Brittany Griner. Herbert Harrigan is in the game for Tarasi for the Mercury. Kalia Copper tries to pull up on Leo, and she buries the mid-range jump shot. Beulah says, Jay, Liberty need to cut down turnovers. Yeah, they have a they get pretty lax with the ball when they shouldn't be. Stewie with the ball, guarded by Natasha Cloud. Goes over to Sabrina. Sabrina finds the cutting Leo, handoff to John Quell, who brings the ball down to her. Oh my gosh, that's John Quell's issue there. John Quell catches the ball, brings it down to her ankles, and then tries to go back up. So that's a turnover to the Liberty, 9-6. Leo goes to the bench for a break, and Benijah Laney Hamilton getting her first minutes since July somewhere. But Mercury with the ball. Niara Sabli checks in for John Quell Jones. Natasha Cloud playing with the ball, guarded by Niara Sabli. Good defense by her. Out to Kalia Copper. 5 on the clock. 4, 3, 2. Breanna Stewart jumps out on her, and it's a shot clock violation. Great defense by the Liberty there. Great defense. Ball and play with the Liberty. So it's Vandersloot, Stewie, Niara Sabali, Benijah Laney Hamilton, and Kayla Thornton. They call a foul there on the reach-in. Let's see what a foul is on. It might be on Kalia Copper there. So ball, Liberty, sideline out of bounds. They get it in. Vandersloot with the ball, going to her left hand. Pump fakes at the foul line. Gets it to Stewie at the foul line. Foul line jump shot off the back rim. Rebound to Natasha Mack. But Nigelina Hamilton with the steal. Oh, she misses the jump shot. Vandersloot is out of bounds on Natasha Mack there. But Nigelina Hamilton got a steal. You can see that first game back jitter. She shoots it right off the backboard from the right side. Was averaging 12.7 points, 38% from 3, 1.4 steals before she went out with the surgery. This is her 100th game with the Liberty, so this is a milestone for Benijah. Hopefully it results in a win. Monique Billings is in the game for the Phoenix Mercury. She signed the rest of the season contract with them. Ball and play to Niara. Over to Benijah. Benijah tries to pass it, but Stewie gets walled off by the Phoenix Mercury, and they call a foul. So substitutions being made here by the Phoenix Mercury. Let's see who's coming. Diana Taurasi back into the game. But Nigelani over to Sloot. Sloot goes into the paint. Pump fakes, gets Niara. Niara goes up and scores. So Niara Sabally gets a Diana Taurasi on her back. And the Liberty scored their first 2-point field goal of this game. 11-6. A little under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Niara Sabally with the deflection. And the ball goes out of bounds. They're saying ball out of bounds on the Mercury. So the Liberty get the deflection. Ball was rolling into the backcourt, but then the Phoenix Mercury tapped it out of bounds to save the easy layup. So Liberty ball inbounding right in front of their bench. They get to see Niara over to Benigelani Hamilton. She goes off the screen, going to her left, over to Sloot. Sloot looking for Sabally. Sabally against Natasha Mack, goes right at her, misses, and rebound to Mo Billings. Over to Cloud. Very low scoring first quarter so far. Cloud with the ball. They leave her wide open for three, and she buries it. Natasha Cloud buries the three, and it's 11-9. That's their first three of the evening. Sloot with the lazy pass, ball gets deflected. Liberty again with another turnover. Doing predictable offense. Taurasi step back for three, and it goes up. Sloot saves it over to Stewie. Taurasi was basically looking at the ref while the ball was in midair and wanted a foul. Oh, Stewie just blows by everybody, gets a layup, left hand layup right at the basket. And it's 13-9 New York. Ball inbound to the Mercury. Natasha Mack saves it right to Sloot. Over to Benigelani. She pulls up for a mid-range jump shot. Misses. Stewie with the rebound. Over to, wow, good play by the Liberty. So it was Sloot to Stewart to Sabally for the layup off the turnover, and the Liberty up 15-9. Action happened so fast. So Benigelani missed the jump shot. Sloot got the rebound, found Stewie. Stewie touch pass to Sabally, left hand layup, good. Sabally up to 4 points. Liberty up 15-9. So we got 1 minute and about 37 seconds left in this first quarter. Liberty already up to 4 turnovers, which is not good by any stretch of the imagination. It's been silly turnovers, predictable passes, trying to force passes into places where they shouldn't be. But they still have the win. If they can cut down the turnovers, they'll be in much better shape. But that's a big if. Let's see if my stats are ready to be put up now. Let's see. Yes, they are. There we go. So it's Phoenix ball. 1 minute 37 seconds to go in this quarter. Liberty are up 15-9. Let's see if any subs are being made. So Mo Billings to inbound gets it into Natasha Cloud. I'll start my clock when it gets to 128. There we go. Cloud up to Taurasi. Bad pass goes over Taurasi's head. Sabrina with the steal. Sabrina right side of the floor. Comes off the screen going left. Sabrina into the paint, but throws it back out to Stewie. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina for three. Buries it. Sab knocks down the three. And the Liberty already up to 6 turnovers in this game. 7 points off of turnovers for them, though. 18-9 New York. New York is 4 for 6 from 3. Compared, I think they made 5 threes all game on Saturday. BG against Niara goes up. Ball goes halfway down and out. Sabally tips it out to Stewie. Over to Benigelani Hamilton. She attacks. Cross court over to Sabrina. Sabrina, left hand dribble, floater from the foul line, bounces around, rebound to BG. Celeste Taylor into the game. Celeste Taylor into the game. It's Celeste Taylor, BG, Taurasi, Cloud, and Billings. Celeste Taylor down to BG, guarded by Sabali. They bring a late double. Benaja's doubling. They go cross court to Cloud. Cloud over to Celeste. Celeste with 3 on the clock. She's not looking. Celeste crossover. And then Stewie with the block. Shot clock violation. Welcome to the league, Rook. Brianna Stewart smacks that out of here. And it's a shot clock violation. Substitutions being made. Stewie and Sabali get the rest. New York, always a good first quarter team. They're plus 131 and plus minus in the first quarter. Leads the league. They also lead the league in the fourth quarter in the plus minus as well. They score more than their opponents usually in the first and fourth. Sabrina comes off the screen. Deep 3 unnecessarily. Goes out of bounds. It's 2 seconds left on the clock. 18-9. 2 seconds to go. Mo Billings to inbound. Gets it to Cloud. Cloud doesn't get it. Gets it off in time. No good. And at the end of the first, it's New York 18. The Mercury 9. Fox needs to fix this broadcast. The audio is terrible. It's not a good viewing experience. But either way, we gonna get through it. Liberty up 18-9 at the end of the first. We saw some improvements in some things. We saw more the same in others. So the 3-point shot is falling, which is a good thing. The turnovers are reoccurring, which is a bad thing. So they still have some things to clean up here. Just don't want them to fall in love with the 3. But they have to come out better in the second quarter than they did on Saturday. Much better. They have to come out better. All right, so looking at this game, Washington is up over Seattle 24-19. Let me take a quick look at the box score here. Let me see if my girl Gabby Williams got some minutes. She did not get the start in this game. She has gotten some minutes. Only 5 minutes so far. Only taken 1 shot. They still have Jordan Horsted starting. For the Mystics, though, you got Brittany Sykes with 10 points. Hello, Britt. She's on my fantasy team. Got 4 points and 2 rebounds from Shakira. 6 points from Julie Van Loo. And Steph Dolson, the ex-Liberty player, with 2 points and 5 rebounds. Okay. Nneka Ogwumike with 5. Jewel Lloyd with 6. Magbagor with 3. All right, so pretty balanced there so far. Pretty balanced. Right, so we're at the first quarter break here in between the first and second quarters. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're just joining, Liberty, this is their first of 3 games on the road. Very important stretch for them. They played the Mercury right now. They'll play LA on Wednesday, and then they finish off the road trip on Friday against the Seattle Storm. Still in commercial here. Still in commercial. At halftime, as always, we're going to go over the box score and the team stats. Then we'll take a look at the schedule for the rest of the week in the WNBA. And then we'll take a look at each the teams that we're focusing on here, the Liberty and the Mercury. We'll take a look at their schedules coming up and see what games. Try and predict a sort of a record, a win-loss record for them. Right, so the broadcast is restarting shortly. They're showing some game-changing connections, talking about the assist to threes that they were having in this game. So they started this so quickly. Second quarter has begun here with the Phoenix Mercury. Taurasi down to BG, guarded by Jonquel. They bring a late double. BG hook shot is good. So good offense right out of the break, and it's 18-11. Benijah Laney Hamilton pulls up for 3. She misses. So Benijah's getting the shots up. She's 0 for 3 so far. I would like to see Benijah get a layup before she gets to shooting the jump shot, just to see the ball go in the rim, drive to the basket, get a foul. just to see the ball go in the rim before you start taking a lot of jump shots there. It's going to take an adjustment for her. She hasn't played a WNBA game in a long while, so it's going to take some adjustments for her. So just have to give her some grace here. They bring the late double. They leave Monique Billings, but luckily the ball gets hit out of bounds. So it stays with the Mercury over to BG and over to Taurasi. Taurasi for three, and they say it's a foul on the three-point shot by Kayla Thorin. She hits the elbow of Diana Taurasi. So that's a three-point foul shot. Something you never want to do. Let Diana Taurasi see the ball going into the basket like that. And she goes to the line for 3 free throws. Diana knocks down the first. Diana Taurasi, the all-time leading scorer in the WNBA, her 20th season. This might be her final one. Taurasi buries the second out of 3. And Diana Taurasi for the third free throw, and she buries all 3. So it's 18-14. So Kennedy Burke is in the game for the New York Liberty. So it's Sabrina, Kennedy, Benijah, KT, and Jonquella. Sabrina misses a layup. Well defended by the Mercury. Celeste Taylor over to Mo Billings, and they call Diana Taurasi with a moving screen. Yeah, they called the they called Diana Taurasi with a moving screen, and she's arguing with the refs as she does so well. Ball and play with the Liberty and Sabrina Ionescu. Celeste Taylor's playing her full court defense. They find great defense by Celeste. Sabrina got the catch from Benijah. Celeste comes over and blocks it out of bounds. Kennedy Burke into Jonquel. Jonquel left wide open for 3. JJ knocks down the 3. So that's 2 threes for Jonquel. Liberty go back up 7, 21-14. Liberty are 5 for 9 from 3 in this game. Benijah Laney with the steal. Benijah Laney on the run. She slows it down. Gets it to Sabrina Ionescu. Sabrina tries to attack Celeste Taylor. Steps back over to Leo. Leo bounced. Bad pass by Leo. Predicted that pass. Phoenix on the run. Monique Billings goes up. Scores. Leo with the predictable pass. Try to find Sabrina cutting in the paint. And it was another turnover for the Liberty. Benijah Laney Hamilton with the ball out to Jonquel. Jonquel over to Sabrina. Sabrina gets the screen. Sabrina dribbling. Has over to Benijah. Benijah pump fakes. Gets free throw line jumper. Benijah's on the board. Benijah gets her first basket of the game. Welcome back, Benijah Laney. Her first basket since July before she went out with the knee injury. Kalia Copper crossover and Benijah gets right to the basket. Scoop layup is good. Nobody helping down there in the middle of the paint. Kalia Copper with the basket. 23-18. Sabrina Ionescu with the ball. Guarded by Taurasi. Oh my gosh. These predictable passes. Kalia Copper predicts the pass, steal, and score. It's all fundamental. Sabrina comes off the screen. They know the play, and she just throws an ill-advised pass. Kalia Copper playing the passing lane. Steals it, coast-to-coast layup. It's the same problem over and over. Teams, you've seen this team 2 times already. They know your tendencies. They know what you're going to run. You have to do a better job of going to your next action and not predicting these passes. But they're going to have to learn the hard way. So the Liberty already up to 8 turnovers, and we're not even halfway through the second quarter. So they have some, Sandy Brondello is going to have to get on them about these ill-advised passes. Both teams with 8 turnovers. You got 2 from Jonquel, 2 from Phoebich, 3 from Sabrina, 1 from Vandersloot. So everybody but Stewie in the starting lineup has a turnover. Liberty gonna have to really look inward at these turnovers here. It's been a reoccurring issue. Last game they had almost 20 turnovers in that game. Probably did have 20 turnovers. But there's still a long game to go. If they can clean up the turnovers, they'll have a much better chance of winning this game. Waiting for this timeout to be over. Waiting for the timeout to be over. Just gonna see if I can look at the stats from the last game really quickly. Yeah, Liberty had 19 turnovers last game. They already have 8 so far. So adjustments have to be made here. Of course, if you're new, Sandy Brondello used to coach the Phoenix Mercury, led them to a championship back in 2014. It's funny, Brittany Griner and Diana Taurasi were on that team, and they still are on this team now. Ball and play with the Liberty. Vandersloot is in now. So it's Vandersloot, Phoebich, Jonquel, Stewie, and Sabrina. So the starters are in for the Liberty. Sophie Cunningham is in for the Phoenix Mercury. Jonquel picks up her dribble out to Leo. Leo with 3 on the clock, 2 on the clock to Jonquel. Extra pass to Stewie. Out of the timeout, the Liberty turned the ball over. Shot clock violation. Liberty, I just said they have to cut down the turnover. They come out of the timeout, turn it right over. Kalia Copper, mid-range jump shot, rolls around and good. You saw made Kalia score 2 straight layups. Now the basket probably looks like an ocean to her. Phoenix is on a 13-5 run here. Stewie over to Sabrina. Sabrina down to Stewie. Stewie guarded by Cloud. Faces up. And the post against Natasha. Cloud goes across. Stops. One leg fall away. Good. Brianna Stewart, fall away jump shot to get the Liberty some buckets here. 25-22. Natasha Cloud goes to her left. Comes back right. Looking for somebody. Finds Kalia. Kalia Copper drives into the middle of the paint. Attacks. Throws it to Sophie. Over to Monique Billings for 3. And she misses. Kalia Copper gets the long rebound. Guarded by Sabrina. Pulls up on Sabrina. Misses. Short. And Sabrina gets the rebound. Sabrina over to Vandersloot. Vandersloot looking. Oh my gosh, almost another turnover. But the Liberty have it, but it is a turnover. Brianna Stewart travels. So I think it's 10 turnovers each for both teams. Terrible start to this game in the turnover department. Cloud over to Kalia Copper. Over to Cunningham. Cunningham down to Griner. Griner back out. Over to Cloud. Right side of the floor. 5 on the clock. Cloud drives. Finds a cutting Mo Billings. Salute gets a hand on it, and the Liberty have the steal. Leo on the run. Not paying attention behind her. And the ball gets tipped out, but it stays with the Liberty. Have to have some awareness there where people are on the floor. So Brittany Griner goes out. Diana Taurasi in, as well as Natasha Mack. I think Mo Billing is going out as well. So Sabrina gets it in to Stewie. They run a nice sideline out of bounds play. Gets a screen from Sabrina to Stewie, and they score a layup. Brianna Stewart with the basket. Mack over to Cloud. Cloud dribbling over to Taurasi, over to Kalia Copper, left side of the floor. Force her. Copper drives in the middle of the paint. Oh, Sloot with the strip and steal. Great hands by Vandersloot. Vandersloot over to Sabrina. Pump fakes at the 3. Down to Jonquel. Jonquel just needs to go up. Pump fakes, goes up, gets blocked, but fouled by Natasha Mack. So Jonquel Jones will go to the line for, I believe, her first free throws of this game. So Jonquel Jones at the line for the free throw. Hits the first. Benijah Laney Hamilton in for Sabrina Ionescu. Benijah Laney Hamilton scored her first basket of her return in this quarter. Jonquel for the second free throw, and she buries both. Liberty go up 7, 29-22. Oh, my clock. I'm sorry, guys. My clock is moving a little fast. We got 4.5 minutes to go here. Kalia Copper over to Cloud. Cloud right-hand side. Bounce past the Mac. Mac floater is good. Great action there by the Phoenix Mercury. And it's 29-24. Benijah hasn't played since July 6th. That was her last game. So it's going to take her a while to get back into the swing of things. Jonquel Jones attacks Mac. Handoff to Sloot. Sloot reverse layup. Smokes the layup. And the Mercury are on the run. Kalia Copper mid-range jump shot. Buries it. So Sloot misses the reverse layup. Mercury quickly on the other end. Get a nice jump shot. It's 29-26. Jonquel down to Stewie. Stewie turns. Jump shot gets fouled. And Taurasi saying, review that one. She wants everything reviewed. She wants everything reviewed. So Stewie at the line for free throws. Stewie, first one is up and good. Wholesale substitutions. Niara comes in for Jonquel Jones. BG comes into the game as well for the Phoenix Mercury, as well as Natasha Cloud, who comes back in. BG at the line for the second free throw. I'm sorry. Bree Stewie at the line for the second free throw and hits. So it's 31-26. 31-26. Cloud with the ball. Cloud comes off the screen. Hop step over his Vandersloot. Reverse layup is good, and she scores. Great move by Natasha Cloud. Got a head of steam and got the layup. Liberty back quickly with the ball. Sloot into the paint. Over to Sabally. Sabally over to Sloot. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Over to Niara. Niara in the paint. She goes up. Ball gets deflected from behind. Gets her own rebound and scores. Great second effort by Niara Sabally. And they get the basket. 33-28. Sophie Cunningham with the ball. Guarded by Sloot. Over to BG. BG faces up against Sabally. Looking for Cloud. Cloud pulls up for 3. Not her specialty. And Laney Hamilton with the rebound. Laney Hamilton over to Stewie. Corner to Sloot. Sloot wide open for 3. Buries it. Slooty knocks down the 3. Great ball movement. And the Liberty go up 36-28. Cloud with the ball. Oh, they leave Cloud open again. They don't communicate. Cloud buries the 3. Miscommunication between Sloot and Phoebich, who was going to go with Diana Taurasi, left Natasha Cloud wide open. Laney Hamilton with the ball. Down to Stewie. Stewie goes up, takes an ill-advised shot, and it's an air ball. Taurasi with the ball. Taurasi left hand dribble, gets into the paint, goes up, left hand layup is good. So it's 30, back to a 3-point game, 36-33. Liberty get up by a couple. Phoenix fights right back. Vandersloot calling out the plays. Gets the ball to Niara Sabali. Got to move. Over to Stewie's. Fumbles the ball. 5 on the clock. Stewie faces up. 4. Stewie pulls up for 3. And she thought she was fouled. No foul called there. Over the Cloud. She pump fakes. Goes up. Stewie with the block. And it goes out of bounds off Cloud. Liberty look a step slow here. Lucky to still be up. Lucky to still be up. But we go to a timeout here. It's 36-33. Not liking what I'm seeing so far from the Liberty in this game. The threes have come back, but everything else has suffered. The Mercury called a timeout. They may challenge. I don't know if they can challenge that because it wasn't called a foul. It was just called out of bounds. Liberty don't look good. Don't look good, but it's still early. Still early for them. Salute to everybody here on the watch along. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you leave a like on the video. Really helps the channel. We're gonna go over the stats at halftime. Besides the 3 points percentage and the steals, everything else is not pretty. Not pretty at all. Looking at this other game between Seattle and Washington, Washington is up on Seattle's 40-35. So Seattle not looking good in this game. It looks like they should be beating up on Washington, but Washington is a different team with their big guns back with Brittany Sykes and Shakira Austin. We're still in commercial here. Sorry, I think my thing froze. Let's see. So Gabby Williams is back in the game. She does have 2 assists and 1 rebound so far. Brittany Sykes leading the way with 12 points for the Mystics. It looks like a balanced scoring game for the. Hey, cuz, what's going on? Salute, salute. Let's see if the Liberty can clean up some things here to close out this second quarter. They do not look particularly good. So broadcast is restarting now. It is Liberty ball. It looks like they're checking Jonquel Jones into the game. So it is Liberty ball here. Kayla Thornton looks like she's inbounding. 36-33. Liberty went up by as many as 8. Phoenix has continued to fight back every single time. Sabrina with the ball over to KT. Over to Lainey Hamilton. Looking for Jonquel. She fumbles it but gets it. Hand off to Stewie on the curl. Stewie to the basket. Double block goes off Sophie Cunningham's head and out of bounds. So Stewie was almost triple team on that rotation. Tries to get it up over BG. Sophie Cunningham on the rotation. So it's still Liberty ball here. It was a good play in theory. Just wasn't executed. It was thwarted by the Mercury. Sabrina comes off the screen for 3. Misses. Rebound to Cunningham. Phoenix with a chance to tie or get within 1 here. Taurasi on the run. Gets to the foul line. Fall away jump shot is good. And it's a 1-point game here, 36-35. Sabrina with the ball. Over to Jonquel. Jonquel goes up, gets blocked by Brittany Griner. She's crying for a foul. It's not a foul there. You got to keep playing. Kalia Copper pulls it up in transition. Goes to BG. Attacks Stewie. She fumbles the ball. And Sabrina with the ball out to Jonquel. Jonquel has it. Goes up. Gets fouled. And will go to the line for free throws. Jonquel, not the ideal person you want catching the ball in traffic to try and get a layup. 1, 2. Nate Tibbetts with the challenge. So the Phoenix Mercury with a challenge here with 46 seconds to go. Yeah, she hit it like 2-3 times. His bench advised him wrong. When they go back and look at that, they're going to be like, nah, his bench advised him wrong. She smacked her on her forearm 2-3 times in that possession. So it will be Jonquel Jones shooting free throws after they take a look at this, which should be fairly quickly. 36-35, Liberty on the road. Not looking particularly good in this game. Still managed to have the lead. 10 turnovers in this game for the Liberty. They have to learn to get to their second and third actions. Stop being so predictable with the first actions. Throwing these cross-court passes where Kalia Copper and Sophie Cunningham and them are just sitting in the passing lanes waiting for you to do it. Have to make those passes a little shorter. Get some more off-ball action to keep the defense moving so they can't just load up on you. Have to make some adjustments here. Oh, looking at the halftime for this other game, Washington versus Seattle. Seattle going on a run to take the lead at halftime, 43-42. What's up, Miracle? Salute, salute. What's going on? That's a foul there on the second slap. So let's see what. It looks like the call. What you call it? It wasn't the challenge was unsuccessful. Jonquel Jones will go to the line for 2 free throws with 46 seconds to go here in the second quarter. So Phoenix does not have any more challenges this evening. Jonquel Jones at the line for the first free throw. Buries the first one. So on the lineups for the Liberty, it's Sabrina, Benijah, Jonquel, KT, and Stewie. For the Mercury, it's Cloud, Cunningham, Celeste Taylor, BG, and Diana Taurasi as Jonquel knocks down both free throws. Ball in play with the Mercury. Tudo says New York not taking advantage so far. They're not, bro. It's the same turnover issues. They call it away from the play foul on the Liberty, Benijah Laney with the push on Taurasi. First, is it automatic free throws? I thought it was just the first foul in the last 2 minutes. Yeah, so that was their first foul in the last 2 minutes. It'll be sideline out of bounds for the Mercury. 38 seconds to go here. Ball into Celeste Taylor. Taylor looking for Taurasi on the curl. Gets to the foul line. Jump shot. Misses. Rebound to Ionescu. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Liberty will have to get one shot up before the clock before the quarter is over. Benija over to Sabrina. Sabrina into the paint. Floater. Bounces around. Misses the floater. Rebound to Cloud. And Cloud slows it down. They'll play for one shot. It's going to take Sabrina a little bit to get back into that, hitting that floater again. She was automatic with it in those games returning. The miscommunication again from the Liberty. Diana Taurasi buries the 3 to tie the game. They put Benija Laney into action there. Same sort of action they always run for her. Stewie gets the ball. Doesn't get the shot up. Does she get it up? Nope, she doesn't get it off in time. And the Liberty go into the game tied with the Mercury, 38-38. They have to communicate on those actions where Diana Taurasi is slipping the screen out to the 3-point line. The defender is looking for the drive, leaving Taurasi wide open, and it paid off that time. So 38-38 at the half for the Liberty. Don't look particularly good in this game. All right, as always, we'll take a look at the stats, the team stats, the box score, and then we'll take a look at each team's schedule for the rest of the week and for the rest of the season, actually. Liberty need to win this game, first game of the road trip. You want to go into LA feeling good, because LA is probably going to be looking for revenge after you smoked them by 30 plus or 20 plus the first game back from the Olympic break. But let's take a look here. All right, so for the Liberty, 36-38. Looking at I don't have it up on the screen, but looking at the quarter stats, the Mercury scored 26 points in that quarter after scoring 9 points in the first. New York scored 18 points in both quarters. Phoenix scored 9. I don't even think this is updated. ESPN behind on the updating. So New York scores 18 in the first, 20 in the second. Phoenix scores 9 in the first, 29 in the second. That is accurate. So New York give up 29 points in the second quarter. They really have to, their defense slippage really happened there. As I mentioned earlier, New York, one of the better first quarter teams. The second and third quarter is where they tend to struggle against opposition. But let's take a look at this. Player stats will start off with the Liberty. Vandersloot, 13 minutes, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. So pretty good for her so far. 2 steals and a block as well. Only 1 turnover. 2 for 2 from 3. So that's always a bonus for Sluty. Ionescu, not shooting particularly well still. 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 of 8 shooting, 1 for 4 from 3. Does have 3 steals, but also has 3 turnovers. So she took the ball away, but she gave it right back. Leonie Fibic, no points and a rebound. Hasn't even attempted a shot. Does have 2 turnovers. Looks a little timid out there. She has to, I know she's on the team with a bunch of star type players, but she has to learn to be aggressive in spots and stop always looking to pass. Brianna Stewart, 16 minutes, 11 points, 5 assists on 4 of 11 shooting. 1 for 2 from 3, a block and a turnover. Jonquel Jones up to 10 points, 3 rebounds, is 2 of 3 from 3, 4 of 4 from the line, but does have 2 turnovers. Benija Laney Hamilton, her first game since July 6th, 11 minutes, 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting, does have 2 steals. Kayla Thornton, 6 minutes, no points. Sabali with 5 minutes, 6 points in those minutes, 3 of 5 from the field. Kennedy Burke with 3 minutes and no points. So for the Phoenix Mercury, let's take a look at them. Natasha Cloud, 17 minutes, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Does have 3 turnovers. Taurasi with 10 points on 3 of 7 shooting. Copper with 10 points and 2 rebounds. Cunningham with 2 points and 3 rebounds. Griner with 4 points and 4 rebounds and 2 blocks to go with it. Off their bench, Mo Billings with 2 points, Celeste Taylor with no points and a block, Natasha Mack with 2 points and a steal. So that's the box score for these teams. Let's take a look at the team stats here. So team stats at the right of your screen. You have Liberty shooting 35% from the field. The Mercury shooting 47% from the field. 3-pointers, Liberty 6 for 13, much better than Saturday. The Mercury 3 for 11. Liberty have made all 6 of their free throws. The Mercury have made all 3 of theirs. The rebounding battle is equal at 21 rebounds per team. Liberty are leading the assist battle 10 assists to 6, leading the steals battle 8 to 6. The Mercury are winning the blocks battle 3 to 2. Liberty have 9 turnovers. Mercury have 10. Mercury feasting in the paint, 20 points in the paint compared to 12 for the Liberty. 15 points on the fast break for the Mercury, only 6 for the Liberty. 9 second chance points for the Liberty, none for the Mercury. 14 points off the turnovers for the Liberty, only 8 for the Mercury. Largest lead was 9 in this game for the Liberty, 2 for the Mercury. Foul battle, Liberty with 2 personal fouls, Mercury with 6, no flagrants and no technicals. Stewie leading the way for the Liberty in points, Copper for the Mercury, 11 and 10 respectively. Vandersloot with 5 rebounds as a guard, and both guards leading their teams in reboundings, 5 for Sluty, 4 for Cloud, 5 assists for Stewie, and 3 for Tarasi. All right, so that's the box score and the team stats. Box score and the team stats right there. We're gonna take a look at the TV, not the TV schedule, but just the WNBA schedule for the rest of this week. Let's publish that. All right. So we have these games at the top. We have the Indiana and Indiana and Atlanta who played today. Indiana won that game. New York and Phoenix are playing now. Oh, I got this here. Let's take that off. And Washington and Seattle are playing now as well. Washington is currently losing to Seattle by 3 right now. Then we have tomorrow, Vegas at Dallas, 8 p.m. We'll be doing the watch along for that game, so make sure you're tuned in at 7:50 p.m. I'll get on, preface the game, and then the game is 8 p.m. on NBA TV. On Wednesday, we got a full house on Wednesday. Connecticut at Indiana, contemplating doing that game. Washington at Chicago at 8 p.m. New York at LA, 10 p.m. That's the final game of the series. Minnesota at Phoenix, that should be a good one there, and Atlanta at Seattle. So we have a couple good games going on Wednesday. Oh, whoops, zoomed in too much. Not bad. If you guys can see that still. Then you got Thursday, no games, and then on Friday you have Indiana at Chicago, Minnesota at Dallas, Atlanta at Vegas, New York at Seattle. Those games are all on Ion, so be ready to watch those games on Ion. Let's take a look at the Liberty schedule for the rest of their games here. Tudo says, so what do you think the outcome gonna be, Jay, given how we playing so far? It's not looking good for the Liberty. To be completely honest with you, I don't have any they have a lot of things to address that hopefully they can. I think the main thing they want to get out of this game is making sure Benijah Laney Hamilton can come gets back into game shape. I think that's more important than anything. Of course, winning is super important, but I'd rather them be able to get Benijah Laney back into game shape and be able to get back to affecting things on both ends of the floor. She looks a step slow. Of course, she hasn't played in over a month, almost 2 months. She's coming off a surgery. Anytime you come off a surgery, it's always a little shaky there. So it's going to take some time for her to get back, but I'd rather her get back and we don't win every game than her still continuing to struggle and we win, you know? Because we're going to really need her in the playoffs. The lineup possibilities are endless. You could throw a Benijah Laney with a Leo and a KT and a Kennedy out there, all all can affect the things on defense, can all hit a three. All it just gives you a lot more options when she's out there. So we'll see how that plays out. But the third quarter I have to see. Same thing I said at the last game when we were chatting in the Discord too, though, about I have to see how they come out in this third quarter. And once I saw how they came out in that third quarter, I knew they were probably cooked in that game. But looking at the Liberty schedule, they're playing the Mercury right now. They're on the road against LA on Wednesday, Seattle on Friday. Then they come back. They have a nice break. And then they come back and play Seattle on Thursday, September 5th. Then Vegas on the 8th at home. Then they go back on the road to face 2 games in Dallas, against the Dallas Wings. Then they come back home to take on Minnesota. Then they go back on the road, down the road to Washington to take on the Mystics and finish off the season at home against the Atlanta Dream. So out of these games, I want to say win at LA. You win one of these 2 against Seattle, beat Vegas, win both these games against Dallas, toss up against Minnesota. Hopefully they can beat Washington, and then Atlanta toss up. Damien asks, why have Benija back now? It makes sense to rest her until the playoffs, but you got to get her back into game shape. She hasn't played since July 6th. If you just hold her out, how is she going to be able to get back into game shape, running up and down the floor, feeling the physicality, testing out her knee that she just had the surgery on? So they had to get her back to ramp her back up so that when she gets into the playoffs, it's on the upward trajectory, not just starting out. Because you don't want to let her sit for a whole 3.5 months of not playing organized game, just playing in practice, and then throw her out in high stakes at the playoffs. Distinct says 1 to 10 ranked 10-man. What? You're in the wrong chat for that, brother. You talking about football. We talking about the WNBA, my boy. So wrong chat. Still at halftime, guys. Still at halftime. Getting ready for the third quarter. Let me get things ready on my end. Then we're gonna take a look at the Phoenix Mercury schedule. Okay. All right, so this is Phoenix's schedule. This is the Mercury schedule. They play in New York now. On Wednesday, they play Minnesota. That should be a good one. Then they have a nice break till Sunday. They're on a home stretch right now. They have 5 games at home, including this one. So they play Vegas at home on Sunday. Then they play Atlanta at home on Tuesday, September 3rd. Then they play the Mystics at home on Thursday, September 5th. So a bunch of games at home. Then they go on the road for 1 game against Seattle, back home against Connecticut, then on the road against the Sky and the Sparks. Then they finish off the season against the Storm. So some interesting games here. This game is up in the air to be decided. Minnesota, I think they'll probably lose that game because Minnesota has been on a tear so far. Vegas, that one's depending on how Vegas decides to play that day. That one's a toss up. Atlanta, they're sort of equal with Atlanta, but I think they should win that game. Washington is always a toss up. At Seattle, I guess we have to see how Seattle looks with the Gabby Williams acquisition, see if they improve or not. Then we have Connecticut at home. That'll be tough. Connecticut at home is a tough place to play. On the road against Chicago and LA, Chicago will probably still be fighting for a playoff spot at that point for the Mercury. LA probably in full-on tank mode. And then at home against Seattle to finish the season. That'll be tough. So that's the schedule for both the Liberty and the Mercury. Some pretty favorable for the Liberty, up and down for the Mercury. We'll see how it plans out. Let's get things ready for the third quarter. Game tied at 38. Game tied at 38. All right, so let's see what happens here, people. Let's see what happens here. They have on the broadcast, they have some notes here. Fever are 3-1 since the Olympic break. Lynx 6 straight wins, 3 games back at the Liberty. And Seattle renamed a street for Sue Bird by their new practice facility. I think it's by the practice facility, I should say. So, City of Seattle renaming street Sue Bird Court, excuse me. All right, so let's see what happens here. All right, you guys can go to the game now instead of just showing this graphic. All right, they're showing the standings again that we already took a look at. Mercury hanging around in that 6th space. They want to either stay there or move up. They don't want to move down. Fever are hot on their heels, 2 games back of them with 20 games to go. Sorry, with 10 games to go. Hey, get back to the game. They just chatting about everything else. Let's get to the action. All right, so we're finally back. Phoenix will start the 3rd quarter with possession. Phoenix will start the 3rd quarter with possession. Kimo says Sun versus Liberty rematch should be nice. I think Sherrod has something for Carrington. Yeah, they got into a little squabble towards the end of that game. Well, at the end of that game. But I think the next time they'll play is only in the if they see each other in the playoffs. The Liberty and the Mercury, as Brittany Griner scores the basket, gives the Mercury their first lead of the game. The Liberty and Sun have already played all 4 times this season. Stewie gets the ball, drives to the basket, goes up, floater is good. So they trade baskets early to start this quarter. So only if the Sun and Liberty meet in the playoffs will they see each other again this season, at least. That would be the final if the seeding stays the way it is. Foul by Leonie Fibic on Diana Taurasi. It'll be Phoenix ball, sideline, out of bounds. Ball inbounds to Cunningham. Cunningham to Kalia. Kalia dribbles back out. They want to post Griner. Griner looking. They send a late double. Kalia Copper for 3. Misses. Long rebound. John Quell picks it up. Outlet to Stewie. She doesn't have numbers. She slows it down. Gets it to Sloot. Sloot on the attack. Goes under the basket. Dribbles back out to the 3-point line. Guarded by Griner. John Quell wants to post Kalia. Stewie over to Leo. Leo pulls up for 3. And she misses. Ball gets tipped out by BG. And it stays with the Liberty. That was Leo's first attempt at a game. It just hits right off the rim, wide open. Got to knock those down. But it stays with the Liberty. 40-40. Ball in to Stewie. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina pulls up for 3. Knocks it down. Sab knocks down the 3. And the Liberty take a 3-point lead. 43-40. Natasha Cloud looking for, gets it to Taurasi, out to Cloud. Cloud top of the key, gets the screen from BG. She pulls up for 3 to the answer and scores. Liberty are content with going under the screens. Natasha Cloud, no hesitation there, knocks it down. Now that's her 2nd of the game. Sloot over to Sabrina. Sabrina pump fakes. Back over to Sloot. Sloot down to Stewie. Stewie to John Quell. John Quell goes up and misses the layup. Come on, Jay. And they call a foul on Leo. That's her 2nd foul. John Quell has to finish that. Had the size advantage under 2 players under there. She brings the ball down, tries to gather herself, and then misses the layup. Leo has to be smarter than that on the reach. Natasha Cloud blows right by Vandersloot and scores. 45-43. The Mercury retake the lead. Natasha Cloud, our old nemesis of the Liberty. If you remember last year in the playoffs, she abused us, even though they ended up losing the game. Sloot out to John Quell. John Quell for 3. Buries it. So John Quell missing layups, but she's knocking down 3s. Liberty retake the lead 46-45. Natasha Cloud comes off the screen. They leave Cloud on the drive to the basket. Goes out to Taurasi. Top to Cunningham for three. Short. And Jonquel secures the rebound. They have to communicate on these switches here. Can't have Cloud just going to the basket. Leo to Sloot. Sloot goes up. Reverse layup is good for Sloot. They leave her wide open on the baseline. And she gets the layup. Liberty go up 3. 48-45. Natasha Cloud with the ball. Over to Kalia Copper. Coming off the curl. Stewie guarding her. They switch here. Copper pulls up for the mid-range jump shot. Too strong. Griner with the rebound. Attack Stewie goes up. Misses. And Sloot gets the rebound. Sloot over to Sabrina. Sabrina walks into a three. Too strong. And Mercury get the rebound. Shots just not consistent for Stewie. Double clutch pass. Taurasi behind the back pass to Copper for three. She misses. Stewie with the rebound. Stewie running the ball down the middle of the court over to Sabrina. Sabrina with the pump fake. Drives into the paint. Floater from the foul line is good. So Liberty going a nice 7-0 run right here. 50-45. Cloud with the ball. Cloud. Bounce pass to Griner. That should have been a travel. She spins, scores. And it's 50-47. So they're going back and forth here in the third quarter. Sloot brings it up right side of the floor. Crossover back to the middle of the floor. Over to Jonquel. Jonquel to Leo. Leo tries to attack. Bounce pass to Sloot on the reverse layup. And gets fouled by Copper. Third foul on Copper. Sloot. I think Sloot got hit in the face. She is wearing that face mask. So it looks like she does get hit in the face on that possession. Good cut there by Vandersloot while Kalia Copper wasn't looking. So Sloot at the line for free throws. First one is up and good. So Vandersloot all around game so far. 9 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. For the veteran point guard. Second free throw was up and good. Liberty up 52-47. Liberty shoot 82% from the line. That's third in the WNBA. Natasha Cloud with the ball. Over to Taurasi. Over to Copper. Copper drives middle of the floor. She's stumbling, bumbling. It goes down, and it's a jump ball here between Stewie and Copper, the Olympic teammates here. So jump ball at the circle by the Phoenix hoop, and the Liberty get possession. Stewie wins it. So Benijah Laney checks in for Vandersloot. Stewie over to Benijah. Benijah pump fakes, drives into the paint, and throws it out of bounds. She saw Brittany Griner rotating, threw it right out of bounds. So back to the Phoenix Mercury. So Phoenix to inbound, ball in play with the Mercury. Cloud gets it to Sophie Cunningham. RC says, I see you, Jay, still going strong. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. Got to support the team on their road trip. And they call another foul on Leonie Fibich. That's 3 fouls on her in this quarter. She went foul-less in the first half. 3 straight fouls on Leo. She'll go have a seat for Kayla Thornton. So it'll be Phoenix ball here. Ball into Kalia Copper. And they call a moving screen by Brittany Griner. So the Liberty get the ball back. So it's 52-47. 5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Liberty trying to avoid the turnover machine that they've been. Sabrina comes off the screen, pulls up for the jump shot. KT rebound, smokes the putback. Jonquel goes up, gets blocked by Griner. Goes out of bounds off of the Mercury. Stays with the Liberty. KT has to hit that. Wide open. She catches the ball in midair, tries to put it back, and shoots it too strong. Liberty just missing easy layups here as we go into a timeout by the Liberty. 60-second timeout. You're not going to get too many open opportunities with Griner in the paint. So when you get your opportunities, you have to knock them down. Have to knock them down. All right, 52-47, 52-47, people. Let's see what this other game is looking like. Seattle still up on Washington, 53-51. Washington trying to play spoiler here for playoff teams. Their season is pretty much done, to be completely honest with you. You have 12 points from Jewel Lloyd and 14 points from Brittany Sykes. That's the leading scorers for both teams. Neko Gumake with 9 rebounds. Skylar Diggins-Smith with 6 assists. Steph Dolson with 7 for Washington. 7 rebounds, that is. And Julie Van Loo with 4 assists. Mercury old helter skelter. Yeah, they are. I'm glad they are. Because the Liberty have not been playing particularly well in this game. Man said sob. I see what you were trying to do there. Sobbing a ton, Washington. But hopefully the Mercury continue to be up and down. Right now, the Liberty are outscoring them 14-9 in this third quarter. Liberty with only 1 turnover, I think, in this quarter so far. Leonie Fibich has gotten into foul trouble. She got 3 fouls in the span of 5 minutes after going foulless in the first half. So she's on the bench now. Liberty just have to continue to move the ball, keep Brittany Griner moving, communicate on defensive rotations, and they should be fine. The 3-point ball is falling for the Liberty. They're 8 for 18 tonight, 44%. RC said Wings and Mystics both 1 page. There's no mystery left there. So it's ball with the Liberty here. Ball with the Liberty. Benija to inbound. Gets it to Sabrina. Sabrina pulls up for a quick 3. Airballs it. Jonquil doesn't save it. We didn't need a quick 3 like that. I don't think time was running out on the clock. Sabrina, that's the one thing about Sabrina. Sometimes she has to be more aware of shot clock and shot selection. There was no need for a 3 there. You had 2 players running at you. That means somebody's wide open. So I want to see her improve that in the next iteration of her game. Diana Taurasi with the ball. Over to Cloud. Corner to Copper. Copper for 3. Air ball. Rebound to Jonquil. Over to Stewie. Stewie. Foul line jump shot. Too strong. Tipped up. Right to Natasha Cloud. Cloud over to Cunningham. Over to Cunningham. Cunningham with the ball. Looking for Griner. But finds Cloud. Top of the key. Cloud gets the screen from Taurasi. Cloud goes behind the back, tries to get into the paint. Fall away jump shot from the foul line. Short. Rebound to Sabrina. Sabrina gets it to Jonquil. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 52-47. Liberty on the road. Trying to get back into the win column. But Nigel Laney on the drive. Shoots the jumper. Rolls off. Double bounces. And rebound to Copper. She's on the run here. Copper goes up. Layup is good. Nobody stops the basketball. Copper goes rebound, coast to coast, and scores. Copper up to 12 points here. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina with the ball. Left side of the floor. Gets it to Stewie. Stewie with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Stewie faces up against Cloud. Drives. Floater off the glass is good. Stewie left side of the floor. Attacks Cloud. does her nice little one-legged bank shot, scores 54-49. Approaching 3 minutes to go here. Cloud with the ball. Cloud wants you to clear out. Wants Kalia. Liberty switching everything. They get the ball to Griner. She spins, goes back out to Cloud. Cloud with 5 on the clock. Down to Griner. Ball gets tipped. Benija comes over and gets the steal. Great defense. Stewie with the ball and gets fouled by Cloud. They can't challenge. They used their challenge already. Oh, my bad. I have the clock still running. I got starstruck there. Benija with the ball. Stewie should have passed that earlier. She tried to attack Cloud. It didn't really pay off, but I mean, it did pay off because she got to the line. Liberty are 4th in the league in steals. They average 8 steals a game. The Storm average 9.6. The Minnesota Lynx behind them, and the Connecticut Sun in 3rd as Stewie hits the foul shot. Niara Sabally checks in along with Vandersloot, Jonquel Jones, and I think Sabrina might have checked out as well. So it was 55-49. 2 minutes, 47 seconds to go here. Stewie, second free throw, bounces around and in. So Breanna Stewart up to 17 now. 17 for Stewie. Ball in play with the Liberty. 17.6 assists for Breanna Stewart. So it's Kalia Copper, Mo Billings, Cloud, Cunningham, and Mack. Cloud down to Billings, guarded by Lainey Hamilton. She goes up with the hook shot, misses. Sabally with the rebound. Over to Stewie. Stewie over to Lainey Hamilton. Lainey Hamilton with the ball, guarded by Cunningham. Gets the screen from Niara. Oh, they leave her open. Lainey Hamilton for 3, misses. And Kayla Thornton tries to save it, but she steps out of bounds. Great hustle by Kayla. That shot is going to take Lainey Hamilton a little bit to get her shot back. She was shooting about 38% from 3 before the surgery. The touch is just a little short there. Kayla Thornton with the hustle, but she was out of bounds before she threw it back in. And paid off for the Liberty because then they would have had numbers. Cloud with the ball over to Cunningham. Quick release from Cunningham, short. Rebound to Stewie. Liberty need to expound on this lead now. Stewie with the ball, attacks Mack. Dribbles back out to the 3-point line. Left side of the floor. Somebody needs to cut. Over to KT. KT wide open for 3. Short. Cloud outlet to Mo Billings. KT tries to get the block. She doesn't. Copper gets the rebound and put back. 56-51. You see how they're playing. If they're going to double Stewie, somebody needs to cut to the paint. That's a layup. Vandersloot on the attack, goes up, and a foul on Copper. The miscommunication there by the Mercury. Sloot notices it, drives straight left-hand side to the basket, raked down on by Copper. Sloot going to the line for free throws. I don't want to jinx it, but the Liberty have not missed a free throw this evening. Sloot for the first. Knocks down the first. Sloot knocks down the first. Kennedy Burke comes in for Breanna Stewart to give her a rest for the rest of this quarter. Liberty are 11 for 11 in this quarter. Sloot, second one. Oh, I jinxed it. My bad, y'all. She misses the second. Liberty missed their first free throw of the quarter. Of the game, excuse me. 57-51, 6-point game here. Miscommunication again. Cloud goes reverse. Niara Sabally with the rejection. I don't know if it was a rejection or she just missed it hit the thing on the bottom of the basket. Sloot for 3, short. And rebound. Oh, they call a foul on Kayla Thornton. On the rebound. Second foul on KT. 54 seconds to go, people. 54 seconds to go. Diana Taurasi checking back into this game. BG checking back into this game for the final 54 seconds. Liberty need to finish this quarter with this lead here. With this 6-point lead. You want to go up, not down. Cloud with the ball over to Cunningham. Looking for Taurasi. Taurasi comes off the screen. The good rotation by the Liberty here. Down to Griner. Griner in the paint, spins on Niara, and scores. Nothing you can really do about that. She just has the height advantage. 57-53. Slew with the ball over to Burke. Over to Lainey Hamilton. Lainey Hamilton on the drive. Gets Cunningham in the post. She spins, gets the ball stripped, and they call a foul on Cunningham. Mercury are complaining on every foul call now. They think they don't foul anytime. Let's see the replay to see. I couldn't really see from that angle. They had the baseline angle. All you saw was Sophie Cunningham's behind Sophie Cunningham. So Benijah Lainey Hamilton at the line. Phoenix is in the bonus the rest of this quarter. Not that it really matters as Lainey Hamilton hits the free throw. 58-53, 22.5 seconds to go. Lainey Hamilton with 4 points in her return. Ball in play. 59-53, 6-point game. Shot clock is off, so Phoenix will just play for one shot here. Cloud dribbling out by half court, guarded by Lainey Hamilton. Diana comes to set the screen. They switch. Cloud with the ball. Cloud goes left, goes back right. Out to BG. BG pulls up for the jump shot. Air ball. Rebound to Burke. And that's how the quarter ends. Great defense. That's what I mean about this lineup for the Liberty, that they're able to switch so much. It doesn't really, you can't really pick on anybody like you could last year. So at the end of the third, it's 59-53. Liberty with the lead. And we're getting ready for the fourth quarter here. Salute to everybody here on the watch along. Salute, salute, salute. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Make sure you leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to be back tomorrow for Aces versus Mystics. Aces versus Wings. And then on Wednesday, we may do a double stream, but we're definitely doing Liberty versus Sparks. May do that Fever game that's at 7 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you're subscribed, noti bells are on, so you get notified whenever I'm going to go live. Talking about my earlier point that I just mentioned about the lineup versatility, that's one thing Jonathan Kolb, the GM of the Liberty, that's one thing he said in his exit interviews after the season where the Liberty lost in the finals. He said we need to have more versatility off of our bench. Last year, we didn't have that as much versatility. We had Maureen Johannes, who's an offensive threat, but not really a defensive threat. We had Stephanie Dolson, who can give you good minutes. She could hit some threes occasionally, but not super versatile. Jocelyn Willoughby, who didn't really play too much. Han Shu, who was in and out of the team going to China and coming back. Of course, we had Kayla Thornton still. So, but this year, with the additions of Leonie Fibich, Kennedy Burke, you even have Ivana Dojkic. We have a healthy Niara Sabali. You can switch a lot. So this last lineup they had on the floor was Vandersloot, Thornton, Lainey Hamilton, Burke, and Sabali. So when they try to run that same play that they've been running with Diana Taurasi and Natasha Cloud, Natasha Cloud would be the ball handler. They send Diana Taurasi to run like a fake screen. Diana Taurasi runs through, flares out to the 3-point line. You're able to switch the defenders there because instead of you have Vandersloot now guarding a Natasha Cloud or a Sabrina guarding Natasha Cloud, you're switching Kayla Thornton and Benijah Lainey Hamilton, or Kennedy Burke and Benijah Lainey, Kennedy Burke, Kayla Thornton. So much versatility there. It works out very well on the defensive end. So just my little observation there. Fourth quarter about to start here for the New York Liberty. They start the quarter with the basketball. Same lineup on the floor here. Kennedy Burke with the ball. Burke over to Kayla Thornton for three. KT with the miss. She's been struggling from three the last 2 games now. So on the floor for the Liberty, it's Cloud, Billings, Celeste Taylor, Griner, and Taurasi. Foul on Vandersloot, trying to fight over that screen to chase Diana Taurasi. First foul for Vandersloot here. Natasha Cloud to inbound. Nobody to get it to. Niara Sabli jumps the passing lane and gets the steal. Niara Sabli on the run here, slows it down. And gets it to Vandersloot. Great jump the passing lane by Sabli, and they call, and they Liberty give it right back. Foul on Kennedy Burke. Guess it was I don't know what type of foul it was. But Liberty just get the steal and then turn it right back over. Ball in play with the Mercury. 59-53, 6-point game. Diana Taurasi left wide open for three. Way off. Hits off the backboard. Griner goes up and scores. Ball in play with the Liberty here. 59-55. Over to Laney Hamilton. Over to Sloot. Sloot pulls up for three. Hey, Slooty! Slooty in the three-point mood tonight. Up to 3 for 4 from three-point range. She's into 14 points for Slooty. Cloud over to Griner. Back to Cloud. Top of the key. Cloud. Corner to Billings. They trying to find Griner. Billings. Hand off to Cloud on the... They get it into Griner. They send a late double. Griner goes off Griner and out of bounds. Great double team by Kennedy Burke there. Kennedy Burke's going to be on the bench there. Going to the bench as well as Niara Sabli. So Kennedy Burke acted like she was rotating back out. Hits the ball off of Griner's knee. And ball in play with the Liberty. Tudor says Storm have 6 turnovers in the last 7 minutes. Damn. Sloot on the drive. Goes baseline. Sees Griner. Thought better of it. Sabrina over to John Quell. And they call a foul there on the Mercury. Looks like John Quell got poked in the eye there. Dangerous pass there by Slooty. Could have been a turnover, but we get bailed out with the foul. Sloot with 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. So she hasn't been assisting as high as she has in seasons past. But she's contributing ever since the Olympic break in other ways. But Laney Hamilton down to Stewie, guarded by Billings. Spins out to Laney Hamilton. Over to Slooty. Slooty hesitates, steps in for the mid-ranger, and scores. They said, Slooty, you're going to have to beat this with the jumper. She says, don't mind if I do. Liberty up to a 9-point game, 64-55. Kalia Copper coming off to the right. Sloot just puts her hand out, gets a deflection, but it goes back to the Mercury. Copper, right-hand dribble, right side, tries to attack, over to BG, pump fakes, steps in, jump shot is off. Sabrina fighting for the rebound, goes off of Billings and out of bounds. I got to give them a round of applause there. Liberty get the ball in bounds very quickly. Sloot brings it up the court, calls out the play. Gets it to JJ. JJ over to Sabrina, right side of the floor. Over to John Quell, right side. She pulls up for a three, way short. Rebounds to Billings. It grazes off like the front of the rim. Taurasi on the run. Taurasi over to BG. BG goes up and scores. So Laney Hamilton sort of gambles on the steal. Leaves them in a bind here. Diana Taurasi attracts one, throws it over to Brittany Griner, who attacks and lays the ball in. 64-57. Good timeout called by Sandy Brondello. And we go to a timeout here. So Griner up to 14 points and 6 rebounds. So the battle of the bigs. 14 and 6 for Griner. You have 13 and 7 for John Quell. Sabrina not having a good shooting night. 3 for 13, 8 points. 2 for 7 from 3. So the shot is not there. Laney Hamilton, first game back, 1 for 6 from the field. 0 for 2 from 3 for 4 points. So when the shot isn't there, you just have to affect the game in other ways. Whether it's on the defensive end, whether it's just passing the ball. You got to affect the game other ways. You can't let your offensive production dictate everything else on the floor. So, looks like we got a tie game there in Seattle, 62-62, with about 6.5 to go in that game. Very interesting. Let me take a look at the score, at the stats. Very interesting. So we got Gabby Williams with 3 points. Okay, so she's on the board here. 3 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. Leading scorers, let me see. So Brittany Sykes still with 14. She's at 14 for a while. Jewel Lloyd with 14. I feel like these are the same stats that I saw before. Nothing's changed. That's very interesting. Let me look on another site. ESPN don't be agreeing with me sometimes. All right. Thanks for all for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. Coming down to the end of this game. About 7 minutes to go. Liberty in a dogfight here with the Phoenix Mercury, trying to keep their lead at the top of the standings. 10 games to go. They're trying to finish out strong. We have some returns. We have Benigja Laney-Hamilton in her first game since July 6th. She's up to 4 points. You can see she does look a little rusty there. But she is trying to affect the game in all sorts of ways. Ball and play with the Liberty here. So it's Sluty, Stewie, Laney-Hamilton, Jones, and Ionescu. Over to Sabrina with the ball. Oh, Sabrina. Celeste Taylor just rips the ball right from her. She does a lazy pass. Sabrina's head is not in the game right now. Sloppy game. You can't just be lackadaisical with the ball. Celeste Taylor pulls up for 3 and misses. Rebound to Stewie. Sabrina got to wake up. Sabrina with the ball. Over to Stewie. Over to Jonquel. Jonquel, they swing the ball to the other side of the floor. Sluty. Over to Stewie. Stewie pump fakes. Nobody's moving. Everybody's just standing around. No movement. Everybody just standing. Sabrina over to Sloot. Sloot to Stewie. Stewie turnaround jump shot and score. Stewie bails us out there. Dead offensive possession. When in doubt, give it the ball to Brianna Stewart. Caught the ball at the foul line. Just turned around. Pull up. Cash me out. Stewie up to 19 points. 5 rebounds. 6 assists. Brittany Griner. Another offensive foul. Running over, not moving on the screen. So the Liberty get possession back. Sloot, really good game. She goes to the bench here. Substitution made. Let's see who comes in for her. Let's see if Sabrina can take care of the basketball now. Sloot was at least taking care of the ball. Leonie Fevich comes into the game. Sabrina with the ball. Comes off the screen going right. Attacks the basket. Corner to Leo. Leo for 3. Yeah! Leo hits the corner 3. Left corner 3 for Leo. First basket of the game, I believe. And the Liberty go up 12. Cloud on the attack. Out to Diana. Left wide open. Can she answer? Short. Bounces twice. Ball gets tipped out. Cloud gets the offensive rebound. Over to Griner. Griner, 10 on the clock. Sabrina, just focus on the ball. And Griner just throws a stupid pass to Diana Taurasi, who was standing out of bounds. Turnover to the Mercury. You gotta think, yo. Got to think. Gotta have some offensive motion here. You can't just be like, Stewie, save us. That's what happened last year. Sabrina into the paint. Floater is good. Sabrina answers with the floater. That's where I was talking bad about her. And the Liberty go up 71-57. Liberty starting to pull away. RC, you Nostradamus over here, telling the future. Liberty with the pull away, 71-57. Still a lot of time left in this game, though. A lot of time left in this game. 5 minutes, 24 seconds to go. I'm going to run the clock down. Liberty have to do better, man. Like they said on the broadcast, Liberty, one of the better first and fourth quarter teams. They usually outscore their opponents in those 4 quarters. In those 2 quarters, excuse me. They need to do that here to secure this win. They are outscoring the Phoenix Mercury 12-4 in this quarter. 12-4. Liberty 12 turnovers compared to 17 for the Mercury. They do have 11 steals though. So 11 of those turnovers for the Mercury have been steals by the Liberty. But as I wanted to look at Leonie Fiebich, not her best game today. She's been working on defense in that third quarter. She got 3 quick fouls in 5 minutes, but that 3 from the left corner was a big one there. That was her first basket of the game. She's 1 for 2. Stewie with 19, Jonquel with 13, Sabrina with 10 now, Vandersloot with 16. So the starting lineup, all besides Leo, are in double figures. You got 10 points off your bench, from 4 from Lainey Hamilton, 6 from Niara Sabally. So that's good to see. That is great to see, actually. Great to see. So we're waiting here to restart after that timeout by the Mercury. There, they're going to come out with an aggression here to close out this game. Liberty have to be prepared. Take care of the basketball. That is first and foremost. There's no need to rush. When you get the rebound, you don't have to outlet it as soon as you get the rebound. Take a second. Look for your point guard. Make sure the pass is there. Washington up 68-64 with 3:44 left to go in this game. What is happening here? Brittany Sykes up to 16. Diggin Smith with 8 assists, but she does have 4 turnovers. They say in the drive of the game is that Sloot reverse layup when they left her wide open under the basket. She caught it and went reverse. Slooty with a season high 16 points. Ball in play with the Phoenix Mercury. 71-57, a little over 5 minutes to go. Liberty are on a 12-2 run here in the last 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Over to Kalia Copper. She's been a little quiet. But Nigel Laney Hamilton jumps to passing lane, gets the ball. Laney Hamilton over to Sabrina. Sabrina steps back for 3. Sabrina! Pow! Sabrina knocks down the left wing 3. Liberty up 17 here. Laney Hamilton, that's what she can do. I'm not having a good shooting night. I know what I can do on defense. Jump these passing lanes. Gets the steal. Leads to a Sabrina 3. Griner in the paint goes up for 2. Foul and 1. Spins off of Jonquel Jones. Gets the jump shot. Foul by Jonquel. That's the tough thing about guarding Brittany Griner. She's big. She can just use those elbows, get around you. And she hits the bank shot from the middle of the paint. Sandy and Benijah communicating about the defensive rotations. Griner misses. Stewie snags the rebound. So it's still 74-59, approaching 4.5 to go in this game. Liberty trying to put this team away. This would be a good win off of that loss on Saturday. Laney Hamilton over to Sabrina. Sabrina, another 3, top of the key. Oh, off the rim. That was one of her better looks, and she missed it. Cloud over to Griner. I don't know how Griner outruns everybody down the floor. The slowest player on the floor gets a layup at the basket. That's unacceptable there. Sabrina with the ball, guarded by Taurasi. Over to Leo. Leo over to Benijah. Benijah pump fakes, attacks Cloud, gets into the paint, reverse, out to Jonquel. And they call a travel on Benijah. So Liberty moving a little too quickly now. Back to a 13-point game here. Got to settle down. 4 minutes to go. Benijah tries to jump the passing lane, puts them in a bad position here. The Cloud attacks, goes coast to coast, and that's a layup. Timeout, Sandy Brondello. So the Mercury go on a quick run there. And it's back to an 11-point game. Liberty were just up 17. They go on a 6-0 run, the Mercury, to get it to 11. Benijah Laney Hamilton, after she did have that good play where she jumped the passing lane and got the steal, this time she puts her defense in a bad position, tries to jump the pass in the backcourt, Gives Natasha Cloud a head of steam all the way to the basket. Nobody comes over to stop. Cloud goes coast to coast and lays it in. So 74-63, Liberty have some things to address here. Sandy Brondella probably telling Benijah, hey, take it easy. No need to jump the passing lane. Game moving a little too fast for Benijah in her first game back, just a little bit. She's done some good things. She's also done some not so good things. So it's going to be a work in progress getting her back up to game speed. So let's see how the Liberty come out of this timeout. We need great offensive production out of this timeout. Ball in play. Same lineup for the Liberty here. Same lineup. Sabrina over to Stewie. Stewie to Jonquel at the top of the key. Jonquel holding it. Handoff to Sabrina going to her left. Finds Leo. Oh, Leo had a layup. Gives it to Jonquel. Foul line jump shot. On the floor, the Liberty fighting for it. And it's a jump ball between Leo and Sophie. That's where Leo has to be a little bit more aggressive there and just go up for the layup. But Jones got to hit that. She's wide open at the foul line. Doesn't even hit the rim. That's one thing about Leo on this team. She's looking to be the ultimate teammate. While that was a good pass, when a 5'2" layup is always better than a 15-foot jump shot. The refs are, I think, discussing whether the ball hit the rim or not. Jump ball. Leo doesn't get the tip. She does tip it, but Sophie Cunningham recovers it. Cloud with the ball. They have a chance to make it a single-digit game. Cloud pulls up for three. Buries it. Natasha Cloud. So the Phoenix Mercury, 9-0 run in the last minute and a half. Liberty have to settle down here. Finds Leo on the cut. Leo goes up for the layup and gets fouled this time by Sophie Cunningham. So Leo will go to the line for free throws. So it's an 8-point game. Mercury just went on a 9-0 run in a minute and a half to cut this down. It's 3 minutes, 9 seconds to go. Let me run my clock down some more. I'm sorry. My clock is a little behind. 3 minutes, 9 seconds. Leo at the line for free throw. She buries the first. They have Leo's stats up here. 9 straight games with a steal. 1 or 2 rookies with 7 points, 7+ points, 5+ rebounds in consecutive games. As I say that, she misses the free throw. So ball back in play with the Mercury. It's a 9-point game here. Mercury on a 9-1 run. The Cloud comes off the screen. Goes out to Taurasi. Taurasi back to Cloud. Looking for Griner. Griner pump fakes, goes up and scores. Griner is getting the better of Jonquel down there. New York hasn't scored an actual field goal in the last 2 minutes. Ball over to Stewie. Stewie over to Sabrina. Sabrina finds Stewie. Stewie attacks, goes up, under, throws up the shot, and scores. Sabrina Ionescu. Big bucket there to give the Liberty some breathing room. 77-68. 2.5 to go. Natasha Cloud. And they call a foul on Leonie Fibich. That's four fouls on Leo. It'll be Phoenix ball. They get it in bounds. Cloud over to Taurasi. Another foul on Griner on offense. Offensive foul on Griner. That's 3 on Griner. 21 turnovers for the Mercury, and they're still possibly in this game. Liberty have to close the door here. Sabrina with the ball. Over to Lainey Hamilton. Lainey Hamilton over to Stewie. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina wide open for three. In and out. And Taurasi with the rebound. Over to Cloud. Cloud on the attack. Over to Copper. Right side of the floor. Looking for Griner. They get it down to Griner. They bring a late double over. Over to Cloud. Cloud goes cross court to Sophie. Throws it too high and out of bounds. Good idea. Bad execution there. 22 turnovers for the Mercury. 77-68. What is happening? If anybody's watching the broadcast, it just keeps showing the same replay of I think Fox 5 is screwing up. They're just showing this man walking, the same replay of Nate Tibbetts just walking. I can't even see it. You hear them calling the game. Oh, Fox 5, you're fired. You're fired. They're literally showing like a short clip of Nate Tibbetts just walking back and forth. I can't see anything. Finally, somebody notices that the broadcast is not showing anything. I missed the basket, y'all. I'm sorry. I think Sabrina Ionescu hit a two. It's 79-68 with a minute and a half to go. This is Fox 5's worst thing. Kalia Copper for three. Misses. Rebound to Leo. Kalia Copper has been super quiet here in the second half. Copper with only 14 points on 7 of 16 shooting. Sabrina with the ball. Comes off the screen from John Quall. Gets it to John Quall. Behind the back pass to Benija for three. And the game! Benija Laney. Corner three. That should be it. 82-68. A minute 10 to go here. Kalia Copper gets into the paint. Floater is up. Too strong. John Quall fights for the rebound. Sabrina gets it. Sabrina brings it across half court. We're under a minute to go here, people. Liberty on their way to winning this game. Sabrina with the ball. 10 seconds on the clock. Cloud playing her tight. Sabrina comes off the screen. Over to Benija. Benija pump fakes. Tries to get into the paint. Gets the ball somehow and scores. Benija Laney with the last 5 points here for the Liberty. Liberty closing the deal here. All I asked for them to do was just close the deal. Sophie Cunningham. Lob pass to Griner. She reverse spins, shoots a jump shot, and scores. Not much you can do there as long as you don't foul. 84-70. You got to get it across half court. Sabrina crosses half court. Dribbles back to the center of the floor. 10 seconds to go. On the shot clock, looks like the Liberty will just dribble out the ball. And turnover by the Liberty. Shot clock violation. They just dribbled it out. 7 seconds to go in this game. Liberty, after a stinker on Saturday, they inbound the ball to Diana Taurasi. And that will be the game, people. That is the game. So at the end of this one, Liberty get the win, avenge their loss, 84-70, 9th win in the last 10 games. They move to 26-5 on the season. 9 games to go now. The Mercury moved to 16-15. The Liberty win the season series against the Phoenix Mercury 2-1. They won the 1 game at home and 1 game on the road. So Liberty moved back up in the games ahead of the second seed Sun. 3 games ahead of them, 26-5. Sun is 22-7. Good stuff. Liberty get the win. We're gonna take a look at the stats here. Before I let you guys out of here. Thank you guys for staying, coming in and hanging out with me on the stream. Fox 5, they got to do something about that. That was embarrassing for a broadcast. Let's take a look at these stats right quick. Let's take a look at the quarter stats. So Liberty outscored them 18-9 in the first. Phoenix outscored them 29-20 in the second. Liberty came back, outscored them 21-15 in the third. And then 25-17 in the fourth and final quarter. Let's take a look at these stats. That was embarrassing, Fox 5. Courtney Vandersloot, 25 minutes. She might be my MVP of the game. 16 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 of 4 from 3, 2 steals, and a block. Sabrina Ionescu, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Not the best shooting night. 5 for 17 from the field, 3 for 10 from 3. Did have 4 turnovers as well, so that's not ideal. Leonie Febish, not her best game. The rookie, 4 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Did have about like 4 fouls, but she hit a big 3 during the run. Liz, salute as always. See you next time. Stewie with 21 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 8 for 17. Hit some big shots when our offense was stagnant. Bailed us out a couple times. So you always got to salute our best player. 15 points, 7 rebounds for Jonquel, 2 steals. Brittany Griner started to get the best of her towards the end, but that's a tough matchup for anyone. But Nigelini Hamilton, her first game since July 6th, 9 points, hit a big 3 and a layup at the end of this game here. 3 assists, a rebound, 3 steals. Kayla Thornton, no points, struggling from 3, 0 for 2. Niara Sabli, 10 minutes, 6 points. Kennedy Burke, no points in her 5 minutes. So Sandy Brondello only went 4 deep on the bench tonight. So no Marquisha Davis, no Jalen Sherrod. Who else didn't play? No Ivana Dojkic. For the Phoenix Mercury, you have Natasha Cloud, 35 minutes, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. She likes playing the Liberty. We did force her into 6 turnovers. Diana Taurasi with 10 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. Kalia Copper with 14 points and 5 rebounds. Sophie Cunningham, usually she kills us. Today she didn't. 2 points, 5 rebounds on 0 of 3 shooting from 3. Brittany Griner, team high, 22 points, 6 rebounds. Did have 7 turnovers. A lot of those were those moving screens she was doing. Mo Billings, 16 minutes, 2 points. Celeste Taylor, no points in her 8 minutes, a block and a steal. Natasha Mack with 2 points and 2 rebounds in her 6 minutes. All right, people. That is it. That is it. Let me see if the standings are updated yet. I know they take a while. Looking at this other game, Washington with the upset win over Seattle, 74-70. Why is that 72 here? Let me see what the actual score is. 74 to 72. ESPN has it wrong on my thing here. So 74-72, Washington with the upset win over the Seattle Storm. So let me see if they updated the standings yet. Let me give it a quick refresh and see. Doesn't look like they have it updated yet. But with that loss, that means the Seattle Storm moved to 18-11, so they're tied with Vegas. That means I think Vegas has the tiebreaker, so that means Seattle should move down to the 5th seed in the standings there. Yeah, so Seattle moves down to 5th seed. They're 18-11. Washington moves up to 11th seed with an 8-22 record. It's funny how ESPN usually updates before the WNBA website updates. It is what it is. So thank you all for tuning in for the watch along. Appreciate all the support. Make sure you leave a like on the way out if you haven't already. Subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow. May do a doubleheader stream. No, not tomorrow. There's a doubleheader. Tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow for Vegas versus Wings. And then on Wednesday, I may do the doubleheader stream. But we're definitely doing Liberty versus Sparks. That's the late game, 10 p.m. again. All right, Liberty win their first game of the 3-game road trip. Still top of the league. Something still to work on. But as I say, a win is a win is a win. Until next time, guys, it's your boy, Jay Jordan. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Salute!